Hi everybody! Welcome to part 2 of shower fun. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video series, click up here somewhere and you can see all the work that I've done so far on the shower. I'm making some good progress, and in this video I push on even further ahead with a bunch of carpentry work. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to fasten the window into place, and I'm gonna get the big guns out. I've got a great new tool that I'm really excited to show you guys, and we're gonna put it to good use on these super hard granite stones. So this is a really fun video. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to check in again at the end. I've set up a little storage area inside the polytunnel. Got a little work table here, and most importantly, it's out of the wind. So I'm going to use this glorious new space to show you something very exciting. And the exciting thing I have to show you is a tool that I really need. But before I show you that, I wanted to chat a little bit about tools. Tools are obviously essential. They cost a fortune. They really add up. I've decided to go with Makita power tools. I like the brand. I've used it before. I was happy with it. So those are expensive. And the batteries are expensive, and it's a lot. Plus there's all the hand tools, all the measuring tools, storage, all of that stuff. And basically I just want to say that it's a huge expense, but I did try to spread it out over several years. I've known for a long time that I wanted to live this kind of a lifestyle, and I was accumulating chisels probably a decade ago. So perhaps, I had a bit more foresight than maybe your average person, but I did keep it in mind that I wanted to spread the cost of tools out over as long a period of time as possible. And I was quite vigilant about setting aside a specific amount of money for a tool budget, because I knew that if I didn't, it would just kind of get squandered away. It really does take out a massive amount of money from your budget if you don't already have tools that you can arrive with. So with that out of the way, I still do need tools, but these days I don't really have any money the way I used to. I've spent it all on the house, on living, and I'm kind of just scraping by. So investing in tools, especially the Makita battery tools that can be quite pricey, isn't something I've been able to do really. I've kind of been focused on other things for the moment and just making do with what I have. But things have changed because my friend Sinead has bought land next door to me. If you haven't seen that video, you can click up here and check that out. And it's the most wonderful news for many reasons, but one thing we're going to do is have a tool share. And so she is now sort of buying into the tool share by contributing a whole bunch of tools that I need and she will also need to use in the future when she's here. So even though she's not planning on moving here for a while, she still has offered to chuck in a bit of money towards tools, and then we'll share all of the tools that I have. We don't really need 2 cement mixers. We don't really need 2 chainsaws, 2 paddle drills, 2 routers. There's lots of things we just don't need 2 of, and I think this is a perfect combination, not only for, not being wasteful, but also for cost. And so what that means is, excitingly, she's just bought a tool that I really need for the shower project. I can't really progress any farther until I get this tool, and I would have waited and saved up for it and eventually got it, or borrowed a friend's, but this is just the perfect scenario. Now I have this beast of a tool that I can use to progress forward on my work, and when Sinead gets here, she'll have the tool in her toolkit as well, along with all the other things that I already have. Alright, here she is, our new tool baby in all her glory. An SDS drill, hammer drill, for going through the crazy hard granite here in Portugal, and probably for lots of other tasks as well. But the main purpose that I want it for is to get through these stone walls, not only for drilling holes in the stone, but also for breaking up rocks as well. So this one is the brushless motor. It's more expensive than the regular motor, and I don't exactly know what the specifics are, except for that there's less wear and tear on the motor because there's less friction, the batteries last longer, and they generally need less maintenance than the alternative. All of the tools I've bought, because I kind of had a decent budget at the beginning, I opted to go for brushless, and I think we're going to stick with that going forward. So you can definitely get cheaper SDS drills, but I don't generally go for the cheapest one. I always try to get something that's a little bit more mid-range. There's so many different SDS drills that Makita makes, and this one was about, I think, 200 euros, 220 euros. One thing I also was looking for besides the brushless motor is the 3 settings. I wanted the hammer only, so you can use it as a chisel, the hammer and the drill, and then just the drill. And it also has, I think this is a changeable chuck, so that I can use regular drill bits along with the SDS drill bits, which are different. So, she's a beaut, and I can't wait to put it to good use. Pretty heavy though, but I think in this case, heavy is good. This is drilling through the granite is a pretty serious job, so having something that feels really robust is a positive sign. I've used this type of drill before, but never this specific model, so I'll have a look at the instruction manual, make sure I've got everything as it should be, and then I'm going to put it to good use on my shower project. So I have the big fancy drill, but it's really hard to get motivated to go work inside in the dark, dingy corner when it's just such a gorgeous day. So I've set up a makeshift workshop outside of the polytunnel with a whole bunch of carpentry stuff. So I'm gonna get cracking on that. I've got an idea for how to secure the porthole window in place. So I'm thinking I might try to do a sort of round piece of wood that'll fasten into the wall, and then I can screw the porthole on and off of that. I could also fasten the porthole in directly with lime, but then it wouldn't be removable. I'd also like to get started on the wattle and daub walls, and oftentimes for wattle and daub, the wattles are the sticks that go across the gap of the wall section, and the daub is the clay that goes onto the sticks, thus making a wall. In this case, I'm not using sticks, I'm using fairly straight pieces, and that's because I want a pretty straight finish. So I'm going to sand these up just so they're not too splintery. It's not going to be perfect. And I'm going to chop them to size. So I'm out here taking advantage of the sun while it's shining, and I haven't done carpentry work in a really long time, so I'm looking forward to getting started. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's on the line. Normally I would just get the jigsaw and whip around the circle, but I hate my jigsaw so much. So I'm going to do a few holes around the edge so that the jigsaw doesn't have as far to travel and it doesn't have as much space to screw up on. So it's time to use my nemesis tool. I can't stand this jigsaw. It's weird the way you hold it. I should have got the other kind where the handle's at the top. I've got a lot of videos in the past of me wrestling with this thing. I don't love it. I actually actively dislike it, but it is the right tool for the job in this case. So I'm going to give it a try and hopefully it doesn't let me down. I'm not discounting user error for sure, but it always cuts crooked and it's just awkward to use and it's not my favorite, but maybe it'll surprise me this time around. So I don't even know if I'm wasting my time with this idea, but I'm in it now. I've drilled the holes and I can kind of see the vision. It'll all depend on how far I can recess the wood into the stone itself. So it could be a complete waste of time, but you got to try these things to see what works and what doesn't. I started cutting already, didn't record, the camera screwed up, but I realized that my line is way too faint, so I can't see it. So thicker line, and then it seems to be going according to plan, so I'm hopeful this will work. So that actually wasn't so bad. It went surprisingly okay. I've got one more little cut to make, and I'm not gonna write this guy off just yet. I feel like he came through this time. So you've got a new lease on life. I don't passionately hate you anymore. I strongly dislike you, but I feel like there's hope. Mikey, what's this? What's this? Ah, it's a beautiful thing. Hello! Good morning. It's crazy windy out. I don't even know if I want to have the polytunnel door open, really, or if you can hear me. But yesterday I cut a bunch of these guys, and I'm going to continue cutting them today. I'm going to linseed oil them, and then we're going to put them into the wall. So I've been looking forward to this job for a really long time, and it's definitely going to change the way the space feels, which is great. I always love it when I work on a job and you can see immediate impact of the work that you do. So I'm going to get to work on that. And also, I was really happy yesterday with how this fit into that wooden circle thing that I made. So I'm gonna get the big drill out later on today, and we're gonna see if I can install the window today as well. So I've got a lot to do. Let's get to work. Okay, linseed oil applied. I don't think this tiny brush is the right tool for the job, but it's the only one I could find. So that took longer than expected, but it was very enjoyable, very relaxing. And I'm gonna let the linseed oil, the wood, dry outside at least for a day so I don't gas myself to death inside my house. It's still super windy out there. Normally the wind gets less annoying as the day progresses, but today it seems to be getting worse. But that's okay because But that's okay because I'm about to go hide inside the house and hang out with the mega drill and see if I can make some holes in some rocks. So I can't see anything. If I can't see because my glasses are fogging up, something's got to go. I think it's gonna have to be the mask. But it doesn't seem like it's creating too much dust. And what else am I supposed to do, really? Because I really can't see anything. Much better. That was good. I'm into it. I love this tool. It feels really powerful and I am enjoying. I'm just gonna carry on making holes in these stones and then I'll come attack them with the hammer and chisel. Hello there, mister. What are you doing up there? Are you observing my drilling from bird's eye view? Do you have a way to get down, or are you coming in this direction because you need me? Please don't rub against the heavy tool that's on the edge of the mezzanine. There's other things that you can scratch your head on. Do you want down? Do you want down? Where are you going? What are you doing? Are you inspecting my work? What are you doing over here? Hey, what next? Come here. You don't need me at all. Come on. Go down. There you go. I've put the mask on because it is quite dusty, and so far my glasses seem fine, but they'll fog up soon. Does anybody have a solution for masks and glasses? I would love to hear it because it's the bane of my existence. It's dangerous when you can't see what you're doing, but it's also dangerous breathing in dust. So I'm open to suggestions. Please do let me know what you glasses wearing people out there do in situations like these. Enough of that, let's drill some holes. So I'm going to keep making holes, and then I'm going to check back in again with the hammer and chisel, where hopefully I can refine everything and make space for the window. This rock right here is moving quite a bit, which I don't like, so I guess I'll come back with the drill and make more holes. The more Swiss cheesy it is, the easier it will be to chip out, in theory. One thing that's amazing is how much I've gone through this with the drill fairly easily, and how hard these rocks really are. Even with all these holes built, like chipped in, it's still hard to get it to break away. So I'm a big fan of the drill. I'm loving the drill. Yeah, barely making a dent. More drilling, I think. Okay, this is where I'm at right now. I brought out the big drill bit, and it seems to be working pretty well. let's try it just on hammer and see what it does. Oh yeah, sweet. I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there. We have the beginnings of a window. This is going to be a really cool little feature of the shower and of my house, I think. So I can already feel a lovely breeze coming through and the change in the lights, and I'm into it. I'm really into it. I really like this window hole. So I'm really happy with how things are going, but this is really dusty work, and I don't have a shower to have a shower in, so I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is finding a sneaky spot on my land and having a little splashy splash out there. But I really should do that while the sun shines. So I'm going to take advantage of the warmth that's still out there and the light and go clean myself up a bit. And I think I'm going to call it on window work for today. I'll see you tomorrow, window. Okay, so it's not tomorrow yet. It's still today. I couldn't resist. I was so close that I hacked at it a little bit more with the hammer and chisel. I just want to see if this thing's going to fit. I don't think it will, but I want to try anyways. So the top and bottom seem okay, and I've got a little bit more work to do here and here. So that's exciting. I'm kind of pumped to start work tomorrow, get this guy in. It'll be the first window I've installed in my building. So it's kind of a big deal, at least for me. Okay, that's it for part 2. I'm going to wrap things here. I don't even know what part 3 holds. I haven't actually started the work yet. So it's all very exciting, but I feel like I'm making some really good progress on the shower. I'm excited to see how things are shaping up, and I've got lots of ideas for going forward. I still haven't solved my mysteries of plumbing, but I have some friends coming over this week whose brains I'm going to pick about all that stuff. I've got a lot of fun things in the future for this project, and I'm looking forward to continuing with it. So I hope you've enjoyed this little mini shower series so far. There's lots more to come. If you liked it, please do leave me a comment. If you have any questions at all about anything I'm doing, ask in the comments. Any suggestions, whatever. I love hearing from people. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video for part 3 of Shower Fun.